I love that feature. Thanks for joining us today on Therapy Unlocked, where we're here to unlock the mind one conversation at a time. I was wondering, what is the most locked up thing in your mind, local living legend, licensed professional counselor in 2 states and my whole heart?
Right? I think meditation. Meditation is something that unlocks the mind in a way that we don't fully understand, really, but it absolutely does. And so, if you meditate for 12 minutes a day for 30 consecutive days, you will change your
Make it
mind in a
full.
way that helps you focus better. And
Make
I'm a fan of virtual reality. There's no reason you have to sit there and be like, no, that's not necessarily meditation.
That's a really good point. What are alternative forms of meditation then?
Well, one is the virtual reality. So if you have Oculus or something, you could download Helium. That's just an example of a guided meditation app.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard of another good app the other day called Opal, and it helps you manage your screen time.
Oh, that's
Because
good.
as great as virtual reality can be for meditating, it can also trap someone.
Right. So you don't want to get trapped with the eye strain. If you're a gamer, you know what I'm talking about. That eye strain that you get from focusing in on the screen for so long. Look away. Look away occasionally.
Look away occasionally, and you know what? Throw a screensaver on that TV you've got sitting in your living room, because that black mirror is a mirror, and it's a distorted one. You know, I think that enough people have gotten lost into the screens now that we can finally admit to ourselves that it's a tool, not a way of life.
Yes, and I would say if you're doing something on video or something like that, try not looking at yourself. Like I'm looking at you right now, I'm not looking at what
Yeah.
I look like, but a lot of people will get on Zoom and look at their own camera and look at themselves to see how they look. I think that's breeding a lot of vanity.
Well, and what people don't understand is that your camera is a distorted view of you. Whether it has a built-in beauty filter you haven't taken off, or you just want to take into account the fact that it's a photograph, which means it's delayed.
It's a lens.
It's a lens. And what lens you view yourself through makes a massive difference. And I want to mansplain motivation and meditation to people, because I never thought that I was a meditation girly
Oh, I forgot to
until.
mention movement meditation. So another way to do it is like yoga, Pilates, or just hitting the gym in the way that you prefer.
And if you want to do that in a woo-woo way, releasing your sacral chakra.
Right? You can go through your chakra with the colors of the rainbow. If you know Roy G. Biv, you can align your chakra.
Well, and you have 7 of them. Your sacral one is stored in your pelvis, and that's where we store a lot of trauma.
Yes, if you're familiar with the pose, pigeon pose in yoga, it releases the hips. It allows you to release some of that tension and tightness. And some people will even cry it because of pigeon pose.
Yes. Yeah. I know that if you do a fascial release of your hip bones, if you feel and find a release point there, and you lift your legs up and move them out like they show you how to do in like physical therapy, you can become overcome with emotion,
Yes.
because the body truly does keep score.
You mentioned a modality that's a good one, somatic experiencing. Somatic healing can be great. That one is about touch and self-touch, and you can even get a massage from somebody else. That's somatic healing.
Yeah, I am a very big touchy person. The love languages are so funny to me, because much like meditation, you can pick your favorite, but you need all of them.
Right?
So I never thought of myself as a meditation girly until you mentioned that coloring is meditation.
Oh yeah, they've done brain studies where they MRIs of the brain, and they look at people who are meditating the traditional way and people who are coloring, just coloring, painting, whatever, and their brain waves match up. It's meditative.
That's very similar to how I like to say that medicine is magic,
Ah, okay.
right? So it's mental medicine to meditate on something, not ruminate, not keep it in your head forever, but to think and do something else while you're thinking. I like to think of dishes as
Walking is
meditative.
a good word. Just going for a nice long walk.
And that's somatic healing as well, because you can leave that energy in your footprints as you're walking away. You can picture that trouble, you can picture that pain, and you can leave it behind you. And if it's too hard to walk, because I have a hard time walking, you can still picture the walk.
Well, also, you can get on a scooter. I don't know if your balance is okay, but some people can hop on a scooter. And when I want to run and I can't physically run, I'll get on a scooter and you feel that forward momentum that feels like running.
Yeah, or riding a bicycle, because that can take pressure off of your joints, or swimming. Really doing the physical activities that you're able to do. You know, when I was hospitalized recently, I was doing chair exercises.
Oh yeah, chair yoga is a thing.
And that was meditative for me. Tai Chi is incredibly slow paced on purpose, and works all of those things in together. And that would be meditative.
I took a Tai Chi class one time. I couldn't focus because I had the dog, and it's just you need to be able.
I want to do goat yoga.
I do doga, dog yoga. And so what that entails, I won't show you right now, but essentially like if you're doing a hip bridge or something, put the dog on your hips and then you do your bridge. Or if you're doing curl ups, you can take the dog and just do curl ups like that.
I
I have developed
like
some
it.
serious muscle just having it love.
You know what they say about the cowboy who joined up at the ranch, and the farmer told him every day go pick up that cow.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I don't want to go pick up that cow. Why am I picking up a cow? Well, it was a baby cow, it was a calf. So I don't want to pick up that calf. And
You pick up your baby.
farmer said, no, you gotta do it every day.
You'll be able to lift them when they're 40 pounds.
Well,
Or in
the
that case.
cowboy was able to lift the steer when it was fully grown because it picked it up every single day. And that in and of itself is a meditative story if you think of it.
Again and again to whatever it is, sound or breath or both. And that counts.
I love to return my focus. I love to return my focus inward. And there is a time and a place for that, much like there is a time and a place for more information from us. But we're leaving you here on that note. Thank you for joining us on Therapy Unlocked today, where we unlock the mind one conversation at a time.